Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 21st of October 2024. Now so far as the price of Bitcoin on the global cryptocurrency market is concerned, guys, it is definitely looking good, isn't it? So I'll definitely go ahead and run through the global cryptocurrency snapshot. Now in today's episode, guys, we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover. The first one has to do with the US Security and Exchange Commission, and they have approved 11 Bitcoin spot ETF for New York Stock Exchange. Now mind you guys, this is more connected to options for spot ETF. Now so far as options are concerned, guys, they are kind of like derivatives that allow holders to go ahead and buy or sell asset, such as let's say stocks or ETFs. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and explain what this news is all about. And then guys, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and share my thoughts and opinion on what is the short-term impact of this on Bitcoin as well as the long-term impact on Bitcoin. Because look guys, so far as the debt of United States of America is concerned, it is definitely looking dangerous, isn't it? And I'll go ahead and discuss what role Bitcoin can potentially play in US economy. And with the US elections coming up, guys, I'm pretty much sure that President Donald Trump wants to go ahead and make Bitcoin great again, isn't it? And who's to say, guys, in the near future, he might actually sell a lot of these Bitcoin to go ahead and erase or reduce the debt of United States of America. That, to be honest, guys, will definitely have a domino effect on other countries as well, isn't it? So I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. Now, the second news, guys, is more connected to the volume of stable coins. And look, guys, in my Crypto and Coffee Day podcast, I take a deep dive into this on a daily basis, isn't it? Now, there's a really interesting report which is published by Bitcoin.com that actually states in the month of October, the volume has actually dropped from $3.6 trillion to $1.2 trillion. Now, I kind of agree to these numbers, guys, but if you look at the volume of stable coins just last week, the numbers have definitely improved in comparison to the previous weeks, isn't it? So I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that news. Now the final news, guys, is kind of like an interesting drama by Fake Toshi or Dr. Craig White, and looks like he's suing the developers of Bitcoin. Now look, guys, according to him, which I'm not sure a lot of people agree to or disagree to, when Bitcoin had an upgrade that is tapped with his signature, what he's claiming is that Bitcoin has moved away from its original vision for Satoshi Nakamoto. Now I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news, but looks like, guys, he wants to make roughly $1 billion with this legal battle. I really am not sure if there's any legitimacy to it, but I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on what this drama is all about. Now the final news, guys, is again an interesting drama, and this is to do with an Olympic athlete, and this news, guys, merges cocaine, the US Fed Department, as well as Tether USDT. So I'll definitely go and discuss what this drama is all about, because looks like a Canadian Olympic snowboarder, that is Ryan James Wedding, has been charged in a cocaine traffic scheme that did allegedly use Tether USDT for transactions. So I'll definitely go and touch base on this news. And looks like, guys, there was unfortunately some murder involved as well. So I'll definitely go and discuss more information regarding this. Look, guys, the cryptocurrency world is absolutely wild, and there is always some drama unfolding, isn't it? Definitely unfortunate news, I guess. So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode. And like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, we will be looking at two news from the UAE and the Middle East. Now both the news, guys, are definitely positive one. And the first news, guys, has to do with the capital of United Arab Emirates. And Cyberb, guys, they want to launch blockchain security services in Abu Dhabi global market. So I'll definitely go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Now the second news, guys, is definitely a positive one. And this is to do with artificial intelligence. And Dubai police, guys, they are partnered with Do, which is a telecom service provider, and they want to deploy cutting-edge AI solutions for enhanced security operations. Now look, guys, so far as Do is concerned, they've been actively working on blockchain technology going back to 2016, well before the ICO era as well. So look, guys, so far as cryptocurrency, blockchain, and even artificial intelligence is concerned, you definitely need to check on the advancement that Do technology is doing. Definitely positive news in my opinion. So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode. Let's get started with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 Ps. That is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the Statement of Corporate Social Responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, hey guys, listen, there are 4 things that I'm really passionate about. The first one is death metal. The second one is Bitcoin. The third one is ice cold beer. You can't go wrong with ice cold beer, isn't it? And the fourth one, guys, is obstacle course racing. And today, guys, I've got something really huge to share to my audience. And guys, get ready to be part of the inaugural event of Arabian Warriors event, which is scheduled to take place in Dubai on the 26th of October. And this is taking place in the iconic location of Dubai Islands. Now look guys, this is just not another race. It is a culmination of years of hard work by the team. And Arabian Warriors, guys, is born in the Middle East with strong Middle Eastern values, and their goal is pretty simple, guys. They want to make Arabian Warrior the world's premier OCR event. Now, whether you're a seasoned athlete or just looking for a challenge, they got everything covered for you, and they have different raid formats as well. You have 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers, and the big one, that is 50-kilometer event. And there will be a number of unique, challenging and different obstacles throughout the course. And that's not all, guys. There are events lined up in Qatar as well. Now here's a sweet bonus, guys. Use the code SIGNUP for a 10% discount on your registration. So don't miss this chance to take on a brand new course with some of the toughest obstacles you've ever seen. So do one thing, guys, head over to arabianwarriors.me and sign up for the event. And you can also score a 10% discount code by using the code SIGNUP10. Once again, guys, the website is arabianwarriors.me, and the link to that is in the show notes below. And I'll see you on the race course. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform, check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge.
and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below.
Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now if you look at the global cryptocurrency market, guys, the market sentiment is looking as greed, and the number associated to that is 60. And so far as the global cryptocurrency market volume is concerned, it is at $2.36 trillion. This is definitely looking good, isn't it? And since the last 24 hours, guys, the global cryptocurrency market is up by 1.09%. Now you need to understand, guys, that I'm looking at these numbers in early hours of the buy, and technically it is still Sunday in most of the Western countries, and I wouldn't be surprised, guys, over the next coming days, the prices most likely will be pumping up, because right now there's no external factors that will be reducing the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, isn't it? But look, guys, all of my price predictions are 100% right, 50% of the time, and whatever I'm saying is definitely not investment advice. Now so far as the total cryptocurrency market volume is concerned, it is at $50.17 billion. This, to be honest, guys, for a Monday, or technically Sunday in most of the Western countries, is definitely not that bad at all. And since the last 24 hours, guys, the global cryptocurrency market is actually up by 4.82%. Now unfortunately, guys, one matrix that definitely does not change, that is the volume of decentralized finance. But regarding decentralized exchange, guys, we do have some really interesting development. But before that, guys, let me quickly run through the volume of decentralized finance, because the volume is well below the $4 billion mark. It is only at $3.74 billion, and DeFi as of today, guys, is accounting for 7.45% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And so far as the total value locked is concerned, it is below the $90 billion mark. It is at $89.61 billion. Now so far as the dominance is concerned, guys, regarding total value locked, Lido has always been dominating, isn't it? And today it is at $25.66 billion, and decentralized to centralized exchange dominance is at 18.26%. Now look, so far as decentralized to centralized exchange dominance is concerned, I would really like to see the percentage consistent all throughout the 7 days, not just during working days, because that would actually mean that people are using a lot of decentralized exchanges in comparison to, let's say, centralized exchanges in it. Now one matrix, guys, which is different so far as decentralized exchange is concerned, that is to do with Radium, and probably for the second time, guys, Radium is at number 1, and its volume has overtaken the volume of Uniswap, and it has overtaken the volume of Uniswap by a ridiculously large volume as well. Today, guys, Radium is at number 1, and its 24-hour volume is $1.17 billion. Now there is a very high possibility, guys, by the time you're listening to the episode, the numbers could have been flipped. But look, guys, so far as Radium is concerned, you need to understand that this is a decentralized exchange that only works in Solana blockchain, isn't it? And so far as the Security and Exchange Commission is concerned, guys, there is a very high possibility that they might be going after Solana as well. Now news regarding this has just been developing, guys, and when I get any concrete information, I'll definitely go in touch based on that in the Crypto and Coffee 88 podcast. Now Uniswap, guys, is at number 2 today, and its 24-hour volume is $872.18 million. PancakeSwap is at number 3. Its volume is well over $500 million mark. It is at $642.16 million. Orca, guys, is at number 4. Its volume is $330.94 million. And at number 5, guys, is Aerodrome, and its volume is $236.3 million. Now let me quickly run through the volume of stablecoins, guys. And in today's episode, we have quite a lot of news regarding stablecoins. Because look, so far as the market cap of Tether USDT is concerned, guys, it has reached a new all-time high, and its market cap is at $120 billion. Now this matrix, guys, does not make a lot of sense, because later on I'll go and discuss the volume of stablecoins has actually gone down. So really I'm not sure what is going on in the world of stablecoins, particularly to do with Tether USDT. And if you look at the volume of all stablecoins, guys, today it is only at $43.76 billion, and stablecoins as of today is accounting for 87.28% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now so far as the market cap is concerned, guys, only for stable coins, the market cap of stable coins should be somewhere closer to the 24-hour usage, because look, when you talk about stable coins, guys, it is actually backed by the US dollar or something else, isn't it? And the use case of stable coins is mostly for making purchases. Now there are certain South Asian countries where they go ahead and buy a lot of stable coins, and that is to go ahead and fight against inflation, isn't it? But even then, guys, when you talk about stable coins, the main use case should be to go ahead and make purchases. Now so far as the market cap of Tether USDT is concerned, it is at a staggering $120 billion, But guys, if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, it is only at $38.81 billion. Now regarding Tether USDT guys, it has definitely reached a new milestone. Now there is a very high possibility guys, because of the surge in its market cap, it could potentially impact the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it can do that by injecting more liquidity onto the market, and it could potentially reverse a 7-month downtrend as well as an it, and that is one of the reasons why guys. So far as October is concerned, people often call it as October, and people are expecting an October crypto rally, and if the market cap of Tether USDT pumps up, there is a very high possibility that people will be buying a lot of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Let's see guys if the narrative do actually stands out to be true. Now look guys, according to me, I've said this over and over again, when you talk about stablecoin issuers, they're literally replacing the role of a bank, isn't it? But what is a bit bizarre to note guys is, the volume so far stablecoins is concerned, it has actually gone down since the last month, and the stablecoin market guys is currently valued at $172.7 billion and has seen a significant drop in transfer volume since May of 2024, declining from a peak of $3.6 trillion to $1.2 trillion in October. And despite some growth in market's value, with stablecoins primarily issued on Ethereum, which accounts for roughly around 48.9%, followed by Tron, that is 34.92%, the transfer activity has slowed down due to a shift in sentiment, reduced speculative trading, as well as regulatory pressures, and yield-bearing stablecoins like USDE, which I'll just share some numbers in just a few minutes, are also being held longer as investment assets, contributing to the decline in active transfers. However guys, it's really important to note, a rise in market volatility could actually lead to increased stablecoin activities in the future. Now if you need more information guys, all the information regarding the downfall so far as the volume is concerned is actually mentioned via bitcoin.com, and the link to that is in the show notes below. Now if you look at the market cap of stable coins, the second one is Circle USDC guys, and its market cap is at $34.98 billion, and Circle USDC is always number second or third so far as the 24-hour volume is concerned, isn't it? And since the last 24 hours guys, its volume is $2.74 billion. But here's the interesting thing to check guys, the third stable coin so far as market cap is concerned is MakerDAO, and its market cap is at $5.36 billion. But check this out guys, if you look at the 24-hour volume, the volume is only $29.85 million. Now look, so far as DAO is concerned, people use that as a collateral debt to go and buy more loans, isn't it? So you can make an argument that the volume would be low, but look, it is not even 1/10 of its market cap, and that to be honest is a massive red flag, isn't it? The other argument you can make guys is that MakerDAO has decided to rebrand itself to Sky.Money, and that would be the future of MakerDAO in the next few months, isn't it? Now so far as the fourth one is concerned guys, this is First Digital USD, and its market cap is at $2.76 billion, and FDUSD or First Digital USD guys accounts for the third most so far as the 24-hour volume is concerned. It is at $2.03 billion. The fifth one guys is Athena's USDE that I briefly touched base earlier on. Its market cap is at $2.51 billion, but if you look at its 24-hour volume guys, it is only at $16.32 million. Now regarding USDE guys, it is essentially a protocol built for minting, redeeming, collateral and risk management, staking and other aspects of USDE as well. And because of that guys, you can again make an argument that people are not using it on a day-to-day basis. But let me know guys, what are your thoughts regarding stable coins? Are they replacing the role of a bank, and do they actually follow the ethos of open blockchain? According to me guys, stable coins are literally replacing the role of a bank, isn't it? And they definitely do not follow the ethos of open blockchain. Now if you agree to it or disagree to it guys, mention your thoughts and comments in the comment sections below. Now guys, let me quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now Bitcoin's market cap guys is at $1.35 trillion, whereas Ethereum's market cap seems to have pumped up as well. It is at $325 billion. Just last week guys, the market cap of Ethereum was well below the $300 billion mark, isn't it? And this would actually mean that the prices are pumped up as well, isn't it? Now so far as the 24-hour trading volume is concerned, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is $15.26 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is $11.48 billion. Now if you look at the dominance of Bitcoin guys, it is at a staggering 57.40%. So it looks like there's a lot of activity going on, particularly to do with Bitcoin. And the reason to that is pretty simple guys. The US Securities and Exchange Commission have gone ahead and approved 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs to trade options on New York Stock Exchange. So I'll go ahead and discuss guys what this news is all about. and I'll also go ahead and share my thoughts and opinion on what does it mean on the short term as well as a long term horizon. Now guys, let's quickly run through the price of the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, because it is at $68,563, and since the last 24 hours it is up by 0.59%, and since the last 7 days it is up by 9.76%. Ethereum guys is at $2,699, and since the last 24 hours it is up by 2.22%, and since the last 7 days it is up by 10.35%. Binance BNB Coin guys is on the verge of touching the $600 mark. It is at $598, and since the last 24 hours it is up by 0.30%, but since the last 7 days it is up by 5.26%. Now look guys, what happened a few days ago. The United Securities and Exchange Commission, they went ahead and approved 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs, including those by Fidelity, ARK Investment, Invesco, Grayscale and iShares, and now guys, they will be able to trade options on New York Stock Exchange. Now why this news is important is because this now allows institutional investors to use options as a tool to hedge against the Bitcoin positions. And when you talk about options guys, options are derivatives enabling buying or selling of assets at a fixed price within a set time frame, and BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF recently received similar approval for options trading as well as an ed. And as I mentioned earlier guys, so far as options are concerned, options are kind of like derivatives that allow the holders to go out and buy or sell an asset, such as let's say stocks or ETFs, and this can be done at a predetermined price by a specific date. So the big question guys is, what is the impact of this on a short-term basis as well as on long-term? Now regarding short-term guys, I do feel with SEC approving 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs to trade options, there will be more financial instruments available tied to Bitcoin, and this opens the door for institutional investors and traders who use options to manage risk or enhance returns. As these options enter the market, it will likely lead to a surge in trading volume and liquidity as an ed, and more market participants could push prices higher due to increased demand for Bitcoin related products, and that is exactly what we are seeing since the last 72 hours. And if you look at the inflows guys, the inflows in Bitcoin has definitely increased since the last 72 hours. Now regarding this news guys, in the short term, it could also lead to heightened volatility because options trading allows investors to speculate on Bitcoin price movements or even hedge against their positions as an ed. And while this flexibility can protect against downside risk, it also amplifies price swings as well. And in short term guys, Bitcoin could see dramatic price movements, especially as traders use options to speculate or react to market news, and institutional participation with significant capital can cause large price fluctuations in both directions. Now look, since 2024, there has been a lot of institutional adoption as well as an ed, and I very strongly feel the approval of options on Bitcoin ETFs represents another step towards mainstream acceptance of Bitcoin by traditional financial institutions, and this may lead to a positive perception of Bitcoin as it becomes a more accessible and regulated asset, and the influx of institutional capital could actually drive the price of Bitcoin higher, especially if more funds and large investors start holding Bitcoin as part of diversified portfolio. So look, so far short term is concerned, these are my points, but regarding long-term impact guys, I do feel that as US national debt continues to rise and concerns over inflation and weakening of the US dollar tends to grow, Bitcoin is now often touted as a hedge against inflation, and this is due to its limited supply of only 21 million Bitcoins as net. So I do feel guys, in the long term, investors, especially institutional investors, may start viewing Bitcoin as digital gold, which is essentially an asset to protect wealth in an environment where fiat currencies are being devalued by debt and inflation. And I very strongly feel if inflation fears escalate, demand for Bitcoin as an alternative store of value could increase, pushing its prices even higher. Now what about regulatory framework guys? I do feel the approval of Bitcoin ETFs and the introduction of options trading now does actually suggest that Bitcoin is moving towards a greater regulatory clarity, and in the long run, this could legitimize Bitcoin as a financial asset, attracting more conservative institutional investors who previously avoided it due to regulatory uncertainty. And with clearer rules guys, Bitcoin must lead slower, more sustainable growth rather than speculative bubbles. However guys, more regulations might also limit extreme speculative behavior, potentially reducing the massive price surges historically associated with Bitcoin. Now look guys, right now there's so much of geopolitical chaos, economic uncertainty as well as in it, and I very strongly feel as global economic uncertainty grows, driven in part by rising debt levels in the US, many investors could increasingly turn to Bitcoin and other decentralized digital assets, and they would want to do that to diversify and hedge against their portfolios as an ed. Could be accelerated if traditional markets become more volatile and large institutional players such as let's say pension funds, hedge funds, as well as sovereign and wealth funds, might actually see Bitcoin as a strategic long-term investment, and if this adoption continues, Bitcoin prices could rise steadily over time, supported by strong demand from the financial sector. And also, guys, while Bitcoin is often considered a hedge against inflation and economic instability, its role, I do feel, in the near future may be challenged by other digital assets, particularly as central banks explore central bank digital currency, isn't it? However, guys, Bitcoin's first mover advantage and decentralized nature might still make it the preferred choice for those seeking non-sovereign assets, and the rising debt in US might also create demand for stablecoins, including those pegged to non-dollar assets, which could impact Bitcoin's market dominance as well. So look, guys, I do feel that the SEC's approval of Bitcoin ETFs options trading could drive up liquidity, volatility, and demand for Bitcoin, likely pushing the prices higher. However, the increased trading activity may also result in more price fluctuations, and in the long term, as the US debt continues to rise and concerns over inflation's mount, Bitcoin could potentially be favored as a hedge against inflation, against economic instability, solidifying its role as a digital asset for institutional investors. And greater regulatory oversight and institutional adoption may bring more stability to Bitcoin's growth. But guys, competition from, let's say, CBDCs or other shitcoins could definitely slow down the momentum slightly, isn't it? So let me know, guys, what are your thoughts regarding Bitcoin ETFs to be traded as options in New York Stock Exchange? Is it a good thing, or do you completely dismiss it? Now, there is one person, guys, who would definitely not be liking this, and that is Dr. Craig White. And he has initiated a new legal battle, and he is actually asserting that Bitcoin developers have strayed away from the original version of cryptocurrency. Now, he actually maintains, guys, that Bitcoin SV, that is Bitcoin Satoshi version, is the true version of Bitcoin, and Craig White claimed demands compensation from the defendant for the market valuation difference between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Satoshi version, which I believe is totaling $1.18 billion. Now, in the lawsuit, guys, he has actually named Bitcoin Co., who are the developers of Bitcoin Node software, as well as Jack Dorsey, who was the former censorship king and CEO of Twitter, isn't it? And right now, I believe after leaving Twitter, he manages Square Up Europe Limited, which is a payment service company that funded a Bitcoin Lightning Network company. Now, the official filing by Craig White is in the show notes below. Now, let me know, guys, what are your thoughts regarding this? Is there any legitimacy to it, or will the case be dismissed once again? Share your thoughts and comments in the comment sections below. Now, guys, let's go and touch a really interesting drama, and this involves an Olympic athlete, cocaine, Tether USDT, as well as the US authorities, that is the Fed. And US authorities, guys, they have charged Ryan James Wedding, who's a Canadian Olympic snowboarder, and this was for his alleged role in cocaine trafficking syndicate that did actually use Tether USDT for transactions. And the Department of Justice, guys, has indicted claims that Ryan James Wedding and 15 co-defendants shipped cocaine from Colombia through Mexico to US, as well as Canada, committing multiple murders in the process as well. And here's the craziest thing, guys. The payments for cocaine were reportedly made in Tether USDT, with QR codes sent to drug runners. Now, the investigation led to the seizure of $3.2 million in cryptocurrencies, more than a ton of cocaine, as well as firearms as well. But here's where the drama gets interesting, guys. Ryan James Wedding is currently on the run, and the FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to his arrest. Now, so far as Tether is concerned, guys, they're definitely the leading player so far as stablecoins is concerned, isn't it? And so far as cryptocurrency is concerned as well, Tether is the third largest cryptocurrency by market cap, and they do play a crucial role in trading and fiat conversions as well. So let's see, guys, how this drama unfolds. And I'm pretty much sure, guys, that Netflix will be making a mini docu-series on this, isn't it? So let's see, guys, how this drama unfolds. So these were the news, guys, from the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. Now let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. Now the first news, guys, has to do with the capital of United Arab Emirates, and that is Abu Dhabi. And Cyberb, guys, they are planning to launch blockchain security services in Abu Dhabi global market. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Because Cyberb was originally launched as blockchain security services in Abu Dhabi global market, and the strategic expansion aims to bolster blockchain cybersecurity and compliance across the UAE region. And Cyberb, guys, they have secured an ADGM commercial license to operate within the International Financial Hub, and the company will offer advanced Web3 security services tailored for the regional blockchain ecosystem. And their services include smart contract audits, decentralized app security, wallet screening, and transaction monitoring as well. And they also have AI-powered real-time threat detection, which is a key service offered by Cyberb. And their expansion plan, guys, marks a significant milestone in enhancing blockchain security in the UAE and beyond. And the decision to launch an ADGM was driven by the financial center's innovation environment and robust regulatory framework. And cyber guys, they aim to protect business from cyber threats and enhance investor and consumer trust as well. And the company guys will collaborate with financial institutions, technology firms, and academic institutions within Abu Dhabi global market. And Mana Shah, who is the founder and CEO of Cyberb, has described ADGM's launch as a game changer for blockchain security in the region, and they aim to set global benchmark in Web3 security and compliance through their presence in Abu Dhabi global market. And Cyberb guys is backed by Avalanche Without the Edge, which is a cybersecurity firm with 15 years of experience serving Fortune 500 clients. And collaborations with key stakeholders are central to Cyberb's mission of creating a secure and thriving blockchain ecosystem. And Cyberb's goal is to provide security solutions to build a strong foundation for the future of Web3 in the MENA region. And Abu Dhabi global market guys, they definitely welcome Cyberb as part of the dynamic ecosystem, which focuses on blockchain innovation and security. And we know guys, Abu Dhabi's global market's commitment to fostering advanced technology, they definitely align with Cyberb's mission to enhance Web3 security in the region, isn't it? And Cyberb is positioned to contribute significantly to strengthening overall blockchain ecosystem in the UAE. So definitely interesting news in my opinion. Now guys, let's look at the second news, and this is from the Emirate of Dubai. And Dubai police guys, they are partnered with Do to deploy advanced AI solutions to enhance security operations, and the Memorandum of Understanding was actually signed during GITEX Global 2024, which I believe is the biggest electronic festival in the entire planet. And Major General Khalid Nasir Al-Razuki, Director of the General Department of Artificial Intelligence at Dubai Police, and Jassim Al-Avidi, the Chief ICT Officer Do, signed the Memorandum of Understanding, and the partnership guys aims to introduce innovative digital solutions that enhance security decision-making using AI-driven technologies. And attendees at the signing ceremony included Brigadier Musaba Saeed Al-Ghafi, the Director of the General Department of Protective Security and Emergence, and other senior officials as well. Now, the collaboration is designed to boost Dubai Police operational efficiency by refining security protocols and response strategies with AI technologies. I definitely do feel guys that news such as this is definitely a game changer in it, and Do guys will contribute its AI expertise, working with Dubai Police to enhance the law enforcement framework. And Major General Al-Razuki emphasized that AI integration will improve security, efficiency, operational preparedness, and public safety services as well. And the partnership is not just about integrating AI, it also seeks to use cutting-edge innovation to secure and safeguard society as well. And Jassim Al-Avidi did actually commend that the partnership sets a new benchmark for how AI can enhance security operations. And look guys, Do's focus is on providing top-tier technology solutions that are tailored to specific needs of law enforcement as well as in it. And Al-Avidi guys did actually reaffirm Do's commitment to improving societal well-being and operational accuracy through artificial intelligence. Now look guys, I do feel the collaboration is definitely a critical milestone in integrating AI into law enforcement operations, and Dubai Police's decision-making and security protocols will be significantly enhanced through AI solutions. And this partnership solidifies Do's role as a pioneering innovator in public security. And AI solutions guys will address security challenges, and they can do it more effectively, reimagining public safety frameworks. And the collaboration opens the door for future joint technical initiatives between public and private sectors. And this partnership will drive streamlined governmental operations and bolster community safety in Dubai as well. Definitely brilliant news in my opinion. And look, as I've said this thing over and over again, when it comes to newer technologies such as artificial intelligence, cryptocurrencies, or even NFTs, Dubai Police and other government entities, they definitely take leaps and bounds in initiatives, and this is a classic example of that, isn't it? Definitely brilliant stuff in my opinion. So these were the newscasts on the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's get started with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Haley who asks, with Tether's rising market cap, do you believe Bitcoins will continue to play a pivotal role in the crypto market? Now look, me personally, I'm not a fan of Tether USDT as such, But so far stablecoins is concerned, I do feel that they will continue to play a pivotal role in the crypto market. Now look, one of the reasons why I don't like Tether USDT is pretty simple. If you look at the audit report, it does raise a lot of red flags for me. And what I'd really recommend you to do is, Helly, and even for our listeners, try to look at some of the history of Tether USDT. The biggest black swan event in the cryptocurrency and blockchain world could potentially be Tether USDT. Now granted, there are brilliant use cases of Tether USDT as well, but look, when you talk about Tether USDT, the numbers definitely does not seem to be making a lot of sense. And if you look at this market cap, the market cap has been significantly growing in 2023, not necessarily 2024 to be honest. And in 2023, Haley, on an average given day, the 24-hour trading volume of Tether USDT used to be somewhere between the $20 to $40 billion mark. So my big question is, why have so much of market cap when there is less usage? Now look, you can make an argument that they have the funding and they bought a lot of US treasuries and they do have every right to do that. But the big red flag for me is the audit report. And I've said this thing over and over again. Tether USDT's very first audit report was a pie diagram. That was about all. And they are partnered with an Italian firm called BDO Italy. And if you look at the audit report, it does raise a lot of questions in my opinion. And another thing, Haley, when you talk about stable coins, they definitely do not follow the ethos of open blockchain, isn't it? Any transactions in stable coin, particularly Tether USDT, can be frozen, or even Circle USDC could be frozen as well. But on the other side, I do feel that because there is so much of price volatility, stable coins will definitely play a very crucial role at least for the next 3 to 5 years. Once central bank digital currency gets mainstream, I don't see a reason as to why people would want to use stable coins. They would rather go out and use CBDCs, isn't it? Because look, stable coin issuers, they are backed with US treasuries, and something similar will actually happen with CBDCs. So you have to make a decision whether you want to go out and use a stable coin or do you want to go out and use a central bank digital currency. A lot of people who don't really understand what stable coins are, they actually feel that Tether USDT or Circle USDC are following the ethos of open blockchain. They are definitely not. Now look, Haley, my opinion will definitely differ to other people, and on the 25th of this month, I do have a session on stable coins where I go and explain the history of stablecoin, the different types of stablecoins, the good, the bad, as well as the ugly side of stablecoin. And if you and if our listeners want to go and register for the event, go to eventbrite.com and just look at events on the blockchain DXB. And I definitely have quite a lot of sessions coming up in November as well, but definitely a great question. And I do feel after 3 to 5 years, there is a very high possibility of Circle USDC, or let's say PayPal's PYUSD or any other stablecoin will be dominating the market. That is my honest opinion. Because look, since 2023, a lot of new entities are actually getting into the stablecoin game. There's Adara Hashgraph who are working on a stablecoin. Ripple stablecoin will probably be launched in the next few days or coming weeks, and they are catering more towards tokenization. And United Arab Emirates, they also have a plan of Tether USDT merging with Phoenix Group and going ahead and launching a stablecoin that will not be backed by US dollar. So it's going to be really interesting to see what the use case of this is 3 to 5 years from now, but definitely a great question. And that's about all, guys. From the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto with Coffee podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE and the Middle East, from the cryptocurrency, blockchain and now artificial intelligence world as well. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.